Good morning. It is Sunday, March the 29th when I was recording this. Today's video is a little bit different. It's all boat work, but it's boat work mistakes. And unfortunately, I'm not going to edit it because I think it takes away from it if I take out some of the words or put in a duck call in there or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead right now and apologize for some of the language. Not something I'm proud of, not something that's normal, but when I'm by myself, talking to myself, or not thinking very clearly, sometimes I may say a bad word or two. And in these particular clips, there's more than one bad word, and you might be able to understand why. So let me say again, I apologize. There's nothing else I can say. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch the videos. Thank you for hitting that like, subscribe, comment button. Keep bringing the comments. I really enjoy those. I enjoy answering them. It gives me something to do. I thank everyone who's continuing to watch the videos. I really appreciate it. This is actually going up on the Patreon site about 4 or 5 days before it hits YouTube. So if you want to join the Patreon court, since I'm a Excalibur, I'm a king. It's called my Patreon court. You can join the Patreon page for as little as $5 a month. But if you don't, that's fine. Just enjoy the videos. If you have to put up with the commercials, I'm sorry. I don't know where they go, but it is what it is. So, like I said, the video is completely unedited. Hope you enjoy it. Hope I don't offend anybody. If I do, I really apologize. But let's get to it. Let's go down below and see what a mess actually is. Thankfully, I'm not living on the boat at this point. But don't y'all see what a mess is when you're actually working on a boat and you don't always put things away. See some water bottles I just throw in the cabin here to get in the trash. You got tools just all spread out. Navigation station is a complete wreck. Of course, I've been started tearing out electronics, tore out the autopilot and stuff like that. So that's other things. I got wires dangling, hanging from everywheres. There was a refrigerator. I pulled the stove out already, and there was a refrigerator was over here, so I pulled it out because I wanted to get it out of the way. And as you can see, there's a microwave over here. A microwave was installed there, and I pulled it out. I'm gonna use them, but I just didn't want them to be right where they're at. Again, more tools. My battery's recharging. Let's see what's in here. Got a camera in there, stuff in there. I haven't really messed around in there too much yet. Had to go in there to where I put these wood, where I put the wood pieces. I had to go in there and pull wires out. The four-peak, again, just a whole lot more crap. I've got to get back. I've got to get back up in here right now to get a hold, something that I don't know what it's called, but it's one of the things that holds the spinnaker pole in place. To take it out, that's the last thing I have to get out to have the deck completely clear. That's the last thing I have to get out to have the deck completely clear of all. Well, there's actually two more little things, two little cam cleats on the side of the combing, but I got to have someone help me get those because I can't reach both sides of it at the same time. So I have to be on one side and someone has to be on the other side. But that's it. All right, thought you guys would like to see what a mess actually looks like when you're doing a little work. All right, hey, and don't say anything about my fat ass. Well, I wanted to fill in this chain plate. It was a little right just around the edges. So I mixed up some epoxy with some silica, or whatever they call that crap, you know what I'm talking about, to thicken it. Poured it in the hole, and it just came running right out the side here. Made a friggin' mess. What a dumbass I am. So after it dries, I'll try and get everything cleaned out and see what happens. Maybe I'll end up cutting the deck out and see how far it is, but it's just a little place. But even though I've used that thickened epoxy, it still just ran out, made a damn mess. I did my stupid, what I did, I mixed up 5 pumps of the West Systems, put the powder crap in it, poured it in there, and I said, man, that's pouring down through there. So I'm gonna get some more. So I mixed up another 5, and of course while I was mixing it up, the screw top, I didn't realize the tube on the bottom screws into the top. It came off, so I'm having to dig into the 105, get the tube out, put it all back together. Hands are covered in epoxy, and finally, you know, get it mixed up, get the stuff in it, bring it out here, pour it in, and guess what? It's just pouring through. So I'll just let this mess dry and start it all over and figure out what in the hell I need to do next. Man, boat life. Okay, so here's what happened with this epoxy I'm pouring down here. I just realized, and I forgot, there's actually there's a shell, inner shell and an outer shell. And so what happened was, I was pouring it, I don't know if you can see it or not, I was pouring it into the inner shell and not getting that little outer shell area. So basically what I should have done was stopped up the inner shell, or the outer shell from the inner shell. So I was just pouring it directly onto the outer shell, and of course it drained down into everything. But that's what happens when you don't know what in the hell you're doing. All right. Well, today is Fuck Up Friday. It's the only way to say it. Well, let me just show you what the hell I screwed up this time. So I was, you know, I've got this in okay. So I decided to go ahead and epoxy down the edges there and get that filled in ready for fiberglassing. Well, what I didn't think about was there's a slight tilt to the boat. There's a slight tilt to the boat this way, about 2 or 3 degrees. So everything flows this way. So then it's filled. You can see it's filled up over here, which I'll have to sand down. And then it started coming out down through here. I've used 15 pumps of, and you can see it's still, I finally put a thing here, but it ain't friggin' working very well. Crap. To try and catch some of the, what do I do with that rag? Come on, you dumbass. Try and catch some of the epoxy. And I'm not doing a very freaking good job of it. So, like I said, pretty much Fuck Up Friday. So what that's gonna mean is a hell of a lot of damn sanding for me. Wasted epoxy. Damn, I need a beer. All right, so like I said, it's a continuation of, I guess I shouldn't say the F word, even though that's what it is. Hey, gotta go. All right, what I should have done, it's still, the crap is still flowing out. What I should have done on this front edge there, where it, and I started to do this, and I don't know, I had a damn brain fart, who the hell knows. What I started to do was actually use the some thick CO on there It's not thickened thickened epoxy. But I was too cheap. I didn't want to waste one of the syringes on it. So I just, and I didn't think about it coming out around. I put some tape on the corners, and of course I had so much it just overloaded the tape and made a mess. It's almost stopped flowing. I had to keep wiping every minute or so. So I wasted about half the epoxy. This is what happens when you own a friggin' boat. Just spend those boat dollars, baby. Spend those boat dollars. All right, got my mess cleaned up. Had to sit here for an hour, but at least this looks a little cleaner. So what I'll do, I'm not gonna mess with any more today. Tomorrow I'll do like I should have done to begin with. Man, my hair's sticking straight up. Oh well. I'll epoxy it with thickened epoxy to start with, then finish filling the edges. As you can see, there's see it flowing down there, down through there. So just another manic Monday, except this friggin' Friday. So that makes it effed up Friday. All right, later, dude. And just a quick recap of today's screw ups. Should have known things were going bad when I was mixing up the epoxy resin, West Marine or West Systems epoxy marine. The tube inside the epoxy, the 105 epoxy, came unscrewed. I didn't realize it. I went to push down on it and it just fell apart. The pump fell apart, and what had happened, I got the top off, the tube on the inside actually screws into the lid, and somehow or another it had come unscrewed. I didn't even know it, so I had to dig that out, got epoxy all over me, everything. And then of course we had the debacle around the chain plate where the thickened epoxy I made up with Cavasil, I couldn't remember what the name of that stuff was, Cavasil. It flowed down through a second layer of the cabin liners, I don't know what it's called. So anyway, it went into the second layer instead of the layer I wanted to go into. And then of course this screw up fixing this, putting this Cusa board that I had fixed up, had a little screw up there. So 2 lessons learned. Number one, when I use the Cavasil, make sure it's really thick. I need to make it so it's like mayonnaise or something, I think. A little thicker so it doesn't flow. And you get better contact. So that was one of the things that happened with both the chain plate I was trying to repair over there, and with this Traveler system I'm trying to repair here. Even though I put the Cavasil in it, I did not make it thick enough, so it left some pockets, air pockets or whatever between, because everything not perfectly flat and flush, where unthickened epoxy could run out. So that was one thing I learned. Make sure, if you're going to use the Cavasil, make sure you use enough of it so it's just like mud. Second thing I learned is make sure that you have everything dammed off. With the chain plate, I thought I had dammed it off, but I had dammed off in the wrong place because I didn't know there was a second layer. There was a second layer. So I thought I did that correctly, but in hindsight, I did it incorrectly. And then of course on here, I just flat out forgot. I put it on the corners, but I didn't put it in the front, so it started flowing everywhere. And so the dam I built in the corners didn't hold up. So lesson learned. Wasted about, I don't know, about 20 pumps of 105. And of course I was using 206 hardener, which is a slow hardener because I don't want to be in a rush to use it. So it takes a hell of a lot longer to set up. I'd been using 105, then all my stuff would have stopped sooner. But the one good thing about using the 206, I was able to clean both messes up fairly easily. I mean, well, I was able to clean both messes up. I won't exactly say it was fairly easy. All right, see you like dudes later. Bye. Y'all didn't really think I was gonna wash my mouth out with soap now, did you? My mama's not alive anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. But really, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Once again, I apologize for the language, but some of it was kind of funny. At least I thought so. So I want to thank you guys for all of you guys who have liked and subscribed, have hit the comment buttons. If some of you want to share it, hey, do that too. So really, I really do appreciate it though. We're getting ready to have a cookout here at the marina, so I'll probably film that as well. Like I said in the beginning, anybody wants to see the videos early, see them without commercials, you can join the Patreon court at SD Excalibur at patreon.com. Starts out at $5 a month. About the price of cheaper than the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. But anyway, really appreciate it. We'll have a video out for you, another one out for you next week. Not sure what it's going to be on just yet, but we'll figure it out along the way. That's what we do. Like I said, thank you for watching it all the way through. If you did not watch it all the way through, well, I hope you have a great night's sleep. And when you go get in your car in the morning, I hope someone has left a dead fish in there. See ya.